not many, so go ahead.
All right, let's do it.
So, I mean, as you've probably experienced in your career, there's a lot of turnover each season on special teams, but it seems that you've got a lot of your core special teamers back, Kyle Wilbur, Keith Smith, and Wayne Harris. I mean, would you pound the table to get these guys back up for you this year that you did last year?
Well, Eric Harris is another one, Derek Carrier, and Markel Lee, and Nick Morrow. So I think their performance, pounded the table for them. And the guys are going into the second year now in our program, the way in which we're trying to practice and play games. And we had a solid year ago. And they feel like we can improve on what we did, so we'll play better. We're excited about the group we got coming back competing for a roster spot.
This team obviously signed DePello last year to I think it was a great contract to carry long snapper, and then he was injured in the first game. Trent came in and did a pretty solid job there. What's the dynamic there this offseason as far as, is that an open competition? Or?
Yeah, it's definitely a competition. Andrew's coming back from an ACL surgery, and he's really had a tremendous offseason now in the training and in the weight room, and he hasn't missed a day of OTAs or any of our training camp days. So, and Trent came in, and as a rookie was a solid player. Got a lot of funky looks that he had to protect against, and got a lot of help from the two guards that were in there and had some experience. So, but it's certainly a competition right now. I think they understand that, and they make some decisions as time goes on.
In terms of the overall roster, you got younger, you got faster. That's got to bode well, I would think, for special teams. It's got the core guys you have to be a younger, faster team.
I don't really know what the question is.
I'm saying, do you think that being a younger, faster roster in total really bodes well for special teams, the potential?
Well, I think so. I think we feel really excited about the young guys that we drafted, and there's going to be competition throughout offense, defense, and certainly what we're trying to do in the kicking game. So it's always good to be fast.
Why do you think that Daniel Carlson was able to come in and have such a success here?
I think Daniel Carlson is extremely mentally tough player. He's been through adversity at different times, certainly to his Auburn career, and I have a little history with Daniel that goes back to high school. So I think he just kind of ran through a little bit of a rough patch and worked out some kinks. Came in, had a tremendous workout for us, and then certainly had some success going through last year with us. And we're just expecting him to have a wonderful season this year. Worked really hard.
By that same token, what did you learn from the punter, what did Townsend learn about himself going through what he did last year as a draft pick?
Well, I don't think any of us were pleased with actually how we punted throughout the course of the year. I think Johnny would probably say the same thing. He's really a directional type guy, but anytime you go through a skill position as a rookie and play all 16 games, there's going to be some ups and downs, and I think he weathered them both. We'd like to see some more ups, but I think he's in a competition as well with AJ. We're really excited about the work that both of them have done, and there'll be a competition going into training camp with punter as well.
Often the coaches in the building aren't the most fired up about hard knocks. What was your reaction?
My favorite show is watching Scooby-Doo with my grandkids on Saturday.
Are there areas that you've seen Johnny Townsend improve already this spring compared to?
Yeah, great question. He's really done a great job working on his hang time. That's improved tremendously from the course of the year. Now we've given up a little bit of direction to kind of get his hang time where he'd like it to be, and hopefully we can get him both the hang and the direction going into training camp. But I think that's the thing he's worked on the most.
That's good.
When Daniel first came in, he was relatively fresh off of what happened to Minnesota and release there. How did he come to this opportunity? Was that something in the past for him, or mentally at all? What was that period like?
Yeah, again, I think Daniel, to me, just the first thing that I always think about Daniel, and again, I've got some history with Daniel going back to high school, so he's extremely mentally, he's really a tough guy. I think he's working on getting a master's in himself. I think he knows faster than anybody else what's good about what he does and when it's not the hit that he's expecting to make. And I think he can self-correct quickly. And just our professional opinions are, we thought he was really a good player coming out. He was certainly a draftable kicker. And then when he came available, we couldn't get him for the first workout. He wanted to go and work on a few things on his own. And when he was ready for a workout, we got him in. He did a tremendous job. And now he's ours.
Pardon me for not knowing, but what is the connection?
Well, I took a little skip from the NFL, went to Auburn for 22 days. And Daniel was kind of like my He's the only guy that got committed to Auburn. I got a chance to watch him play high school football on film, and he actually punted and kicked. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he did both at Auburn when he first got there as well. So he's a tremendous athlete. He's got a brother that kicks now for Auburn, and actually Johnny's brother punts for Florida. So we got a little bit of get rid of those guys and go get their brothers in the future.
Last season, he really finished strong. Obviously, entirely with the Raiders. There's, I think, it was 15 straight kicks he hit and everything. Where does he go from there? How does he progress from that point to now and to the next season?
Well, I think the consistency of anybody that plays that position. I've been fortunate to be around some really good players in Dan Bailey and Nick Novak and Nate Keating and those guys that have been in the top 90%, as their kickers, and they all go through some peaks and valleys. But I think the consistency to get themselves back after a bad kick, to get themselves through 24, weeks of practice, kicking 2 days a week, and then kicking in the game. What that looks like on tape, does it look the same every single time? And to know when the hit is what they want, even if they make it. I think sometimes we just want to see if it goes in or not. Sometimes when it goes in, they're like, I really didn't hit that the way I want to. And so I think for them to be self-correctors, for them to be self-evaluators as to when it's not what they want, to be able to adjust and make sure it's what they want. But they're all searching for perfection. Every kid is searching for perfection. But we're just trying to get to where they can be. They're trying to get to where they can be the best player they possibly can on any given day.
Does he have to be especially mindful of consistency because he's tall? Sometimes tall golfers and repeating a swing.
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to be a great question for him. But he did some things to his technical part of the start of his kick to get himself to shorten his stride a little bit on his approach. But certainly the history shows there's not been a lot of tall kickers. But I think he's really done a great job again of knowing himself, shortening his stride a little bit to perfect his end point, which is the contact point of the kick. So I think that'd be a great question for him.
Have any of this year's draft picks stood out to you early on so far, just in terms of what they're bringing?
I know we're all in the building. We're all excited really about the entire class. We feel like they all have the aptitude to love football. They all have the aptitude to want to get better. They're great listeners to meetings, and the effort out there has been outstanding. So I think we'll be able to talk about those guys as we get going. But we're all excited about the entire class.
One of the undrafted rookies shows up with a personality profile already, and Ron Raleigh was on that Last Chance U on Netflix. Have you interacted with him much, or does he do anything with you guys on special
No,
teams?
Ollie right now is just part of Field Goal Pro or possibly part of Field Goal Block, and he does have a lot of personality, a good size, and good feet. So again, I know Coach James, those guys are, and Coach Buck are excited about working with those big young linemen.
With you having younger guys coming in that are going to contribute on the special teams, how important is it to have leaders like Keith Smith and Kyle Weber who understand the importance and can be your voice when you're not around?
Yeah, I think we all feel like throughout the building that's an important thing is leadership, and certainly not only those two guys but Eric Harris and then Markel Lee and the guys that have been in the system. Coach Gruden calls them second-year players and second-year system players. For us, those guys have got to be tremendous, if not vocal, certainly example leaders of the way in which they practice. So when we can put it on tape and a guy messes up like Max or Q Bell, or you can look at it and go, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what you guys are supposed to look like here. And if they can see the example of that, I think that's the best leadership those guys can be for.
Great, guys. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Yes, sir.